Lyman Eagles Volleyball is live only on mylocalradio.com. Eagles Volleyball is in session for another action-packed fall season. Carrying you straight through the year and into the state tournament in November. MyLocalRadio.com is here to bring you live video coverage of Lyman Eagles sports. With the opening serve quickly approaching, let's join Jake Hibbard, voice of the Eagles, in the My Local Radio broadcast booth for pregame coverage.
I'm gonna hunt you down. Yeah, I ain't playing around. I'ma take your crown. Man, better run, gonna hunt you down.
One more time today at the Rawlins Invitational, we say hello and welcome to Lyman Eagles Volleyball. About a minute away on the clock as both teams are taking some hitting drills and passing drills at the moment. We'll take a break and come back with the starting lineups and opening serve between the Lyman Eagles and the Warland Warriors in the consolation final here at the Rawlins 3A State Preview Invitational. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman Eagles Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Well, this is certainly not your typical day of volleyball, as we have had broadcast after broadcast after broadcast. This is number 5 of the day, I believe. And we have one more to go. The Consolation Championship happening right now. And looks like that scoreboard got knocked off. Let's see if I can move it back on. It's actually done pretty well today. Oh, actually, it looks like it got frozen. So let me go ahead and see if I can fix that. We have the Warland Warriors coming up in today's contest, taking on the Lyman Eagles in the championship of the consolation bracket. And let's see now exactly where this scoreboard went wrong, where it went astray. It's been sitting pretty true today, but we just lost it in this match as we get set to start play. There it is. So let's adjust it down there and leave it go as is. Well, I didn't anticipate that, but you never do in these tournaments when you get all these batches. You don't have as much time to spend on that sort of stuff, but we've got the scoreboard up now, and we are about set for the opening serve. Warland on the right side of the net to the far right in the orange jerseys, black shorts. Lyman in the black jerseys, black shorts, and they get the opening serve. Brooklyn Heaton with it. We'll give you starting lineups momentarily when we get a chance. But before that, Bryce Hansen called in the net. And that's a first point for Warland. 1-0 Warriors. Bryce Hansen and Mandy Ayer playing the outside hitters for Mountain View. Oh, too many teams, and I haven't done that all day, but now I just did. Serve Ayer for Warland. For Lyman, the two outside hitters are Mountain Too many games today. Let me try it one more time. Cedar Air and Bryce Hansen are the outside hitters for the Lyman Eagles. At the middle blockers, you got Kendall Dickerson and Madison Harris. Joust at the net. Won momentarily by Mandy Air. Diving play made by Raven Heaton. Bumps it over, and it falls for a kill. Hey, I got to add Raven Heaton into the attacking line for a kill. And it is 2-1 Lyman on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. At the center position, we have Brooklyn Walker, right side hitter. For today is Emma Nelson. Outside attack from Mandy Air, a good one. And a return fire by Warland. That was by Paitlin Juleson. Bump up from the center. Kate Wassam is blocked down from Dickerson. Stays up, and the middle attack is number 10 for Warland, Denali Jones. Let's see, did I get everyone for Lyman in? Loft serve, Bryce Hansen with a close ace. Jones with the bump up, and it's over by Juleson. Set up from Walker to Air. The lefty winds up against two blockers and goes against Timberland Crippen, who gets a good attack or a good return up. The block from Emma Nelson gives the point to Lyman in the 4-1 lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Serve into the net, though, from Hansen. Gives the second point to Warland. 4-2 the score. See if we can get some time after this serve to give you some Warland starters. It's 4-2, first to 21 in a set, and best 2 out of 3 on the sets. Mandy Air hits it into the net. Point to Warland. Outside hitters for the Warriors, number 12, Peyton Juleson, and number 6, Darla Hernandez. Middle blockers, Talon Anderson, number 8, and number 10, Denali Jones. Asia Montoya is a right side hitter. Kate Wassam is a right side setter, and Ashley Schreiber is a setter. And number 1 today, Timberland Crippen, 5'3" junior, is the libero. 4-4 the score. Jones with the serve for Warland. Punches it over. Hansen with the first touch up. Outside attack on the setup from Walker. Air is blocked. That good block there. May have been Hernandez out there. Now that I look, I know it is Asia Montoya on the right side. Outside attack from Juleson through two blockers and got it off the hands. Last touch by Dickerson, 5-4. Warland comes back with a 5-4 lead in set number 1. Warland made it into the gold bracket and had a great 3-setter against Douglas. Lost that one eventually 15-13 as Lyman gives up a ace. They then advanced in consolation in a 3-setter over Torrington, kind of running away with that one. I think it was 15-8 the final. Return up for Lyman. Bryce Hansen to Walker to the middle. Air drops it over two blockers. And third bump is not over by by Jones. So it's point Lyman. 6-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Lyman and Warland here at the Rawlins Invitational. Outside attack from Juleson, blocked by Emma Nelson. Just a couple of points in. Emma Nelson already with 2 solo blocks to tie it up at 6-all on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Dickerson serves, back set to Montoya. Returned up from Lyman. Air takes the setup and a drop down kill for Mandy Air. Brooklyn Walker with the assist. 7-6 the score. Return from Darla Hernandez. Attack Juleson. And Madison Harris joins the block party. Emma Nelson and Madison Harris combine on the block there. And Lyman up by 2. 8-6. Dickerson punches it over. First touch from Dickerson. Outside attack block again. And Mandy Air, the third Lyman Eagle with a block. And a stuff down for Mandy. She has a kill and a block and a 9-6 lead. Lyman on a run. Gave up 3 straight to Warland. Now on a 3-point run themselves. Kendall Dickerson hits it just below where it needed to go to let over. Instead, it bounces back, and it's a serving Air. 9-7 as Dickerson is out, replaced by the libero, Raven Heaton. Schreiber, the server and setter for Worland. Back left side, Mandy Air with the first touch. Outside attack, Madison Harris gets a good swing on it. Across quarter, picked up. And the return attack, Juleson is blocked by Harris. Still up, Juleson tries it again, across quarter. Hansen there. Outside to Air, 2 blockers, out of bounds, no touch. Point Worland. 9-8, tight one, 17 in. First to 21 in this set. And the serve over by Schreiber. Hansen with the first touch up for Lyman. The middle attack rolls over the hand of Mandy Air into the middle of a donut hole. Diving save made by Schreiber. And then through 2 blockers in the back line defense as well. Peyton Juleson with the kill for Worland to tie it up at 9. Score all even on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 18 in. Here's point 19 on the serve over by Schreiber. Walker to the middle. Air hits it off the tape. I don't know if that'd call that a block, but either way, Worland celebrating as such, and it's 10-9, and they take the lead over Lyman. This is the consolation final of a couple of teams that are 1-1 on the day. After making it into the gold bracket, you had to be the top 2 in your pool, and then the bottom 2 were in the silver bracket. Both Lyman and Mountain View made it to the gold bracket. Mountain View playing Rawlins next in the championship match. Cross quarter, Mandy Air. She had a great second match, and she continues that with a second kill of this opening set. Emma Nelson is replaced by Charles C. Rose back to serve. 10 all on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Rose with the punch over. Rolling end over end. Returned back middle by Anderson. To the right side, Juleson attacks. She'll go back to serve after that big zone 2 attack. Rolls back after high fives all around to Juleson. Now to dead center in between the paint of the basketball area where the free throw line meets the hoop. 11-10 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And a middle kill inbounds by Mandy Air. That's a quiet third kill for Mandy. Wasn't powerful. It wasn't even, they weren't even sure if it was in or out, so there wasn't too much of a reaction. Just go to work and get another one. She has 3 kills and 1 block in the first set here against Worland. 11 all on the board. Outside attack. Here's the first swing we see from Darla Hernandez, and it's a good one. Cross quarter, no chance for Raven Heaton to pick that one up, and Worland takes a 1-point advantage. 12-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Timberland Crippen with the serve. It's out. 12 all. Raven Heaton is out of the game. And Kendall Dickerson in at middle blocker for Lyman. First touch by Crippen to the middle. A little touchdown and just inbounds by Denali Jones. She was attacking from the middle position right at that center circle with the bucking Bronco. And she found the back right side from her vantage point line just in front of the 10-foot line at the cross point. Kind of kissed it in right at where those 2 lines meet. 13-12 on the board, and Worland with the advantage. Bryce Hansen up into the front line. She's got 3 rotations, takes a first swing. It's a 0 attack, and the return fire from Jones is a kill. 14-12. Worland on a roll. And back to serve. In that bright orange jersey is Kate Wassam. Good swing. Comes Hansen. She's blocked down. Denali Jones with that stuff down. Picked back up and thrown over by Walker. Onto Worland's side, a double hit. Ends the run. It may have been on Asia Montoya out of system. 14-13 the score. Lyman trails Worland by 1. Walker with the serve over. A shanked return just picked up and a bump over. Just inbounds by Montoya. Walker back sets it over to Hansen off the high roll of the elbows of Montoya, but it's no further than that, a kill for Hansen. Her first of the contest, and we're knotted up on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. 14 all. Pushover from Montoya. Right side attack, Emma Nelson goes right back to the libero, Crippen. Try it again, Darla Hernandez. First one was a kill. This second attack is out of bounds. 15-14 on the board. And Lyman is back on top. Walker goes off Hernandez. They're targeting her in the back line on that, it seemed. And 3 bumps and just over. Mandy Air with the return. Hansen on the attack. Cross quarter returned at the net. Stays on Worland's side. And the point is down for Lyman. A 2-point advantage on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard for the Lyman Eagles in this consolation final at the Rawlins Invitational. Lyman leads Worland, set number 1. Back in 30 seconds after this timeout. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
16-14 in set number 1. Worland trails Lyman on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Raven Heaton, the younger sister of Sierra Heaton, is back as a libero and wearing that little headband. As I understand, it's a concussion headband, and that's from my days of calling soccer. That some sort of thing that thick band does for any head impact, supposed to help not cause any bouncing around to the noggin in there. Her older sister Sierra's on the sidelines today in street clothes because, well, in Evanston she had a wrist injury and she's got a brace. She's practicing, but she can't play with the brace. It's illegal to use in a game, so she's unavailable to go. 17-14 as Lyman gets an attack and kill from Bryce Hansen right out of the break, and it's a 3-point advantage for Brooklyn Walker serving. 17-14. Right side attack from Darla Hernandez, deflected at the net. Mandy Ayers able to tow it and pick it up. Hansen swings, but is blocked down by Denali Jones. 17-15, the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Whistle blown for substitutions. Raven Heaton is out, and Kendall Dickerson back in at middle blocker. In for Worland to serve, number 9, Nayeli Alcaraz. 17-16 the score. After the point for Worland. Nayeli serves again. And it's a high return up to the middle. Dickerson does a little Statue of Liberty flip over to the middle. Jones returns fire and kills it. 17 all. And the Mountain View Buffs are over on that far side. You may see them at the bleachers if you're looking on the left side of the net across. There's a bunch of blankets there. Well, that's actually the old MV Buffs, and I think about got hit by a volleyball as they're all taking a nap in anticipation of their championship match later on today. Swinging to the net, and Bryce Hansen's blocked, but pushed back over by Dickerson to the outside. Juleson with a good swing on it. A hit out of system. Emma Nelson on the right side sets up Hansen. Deep corner, and Crippen gets the return. Denali rolls a shot over, just inbounds. Return from Air onto the Lyman attack. It's Hansen, cross court, sharp, and inbounds by a hair. Third kill of the set for Bryce Hansen. 18-17 the score. 1-point advantage on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. 18-17 with Bryce Hansen serving. Hansen, that hard punch over. It's Juleson on the first touch and the attack. Easy return for Walker, but it takes their setter out of the play, puts it on to Emma Nelson to set up, and she gets called for a double hit. Good return, but you don't mind that if you're Worland. If you can take the setter out by having to return it, well, then that's going to be pretty darn good. A service ace by Denali Jones. 19-18, Worland takes the lead. First team to 21. Keep reminding people of that just because it's so. Got to keep reminding myself that. Close to an ace. Air can punch it over. She does with two hands. 19-18. Worland on the attack with the lead. And down on the blocking hands, Asia Montoya with a kill. Set point number 1 for Worland, 20-18 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, but not before a Lyman timeout. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Set point number 1 for Worland serving. Denali Jones to Lyman with 18 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. It's an ace, and that is the set 1 victor. 21-18 on an ace, and Worland takes the first. Set 2 action coming your way in a couple of minutes. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman Volleyball, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Second set getting started very quickly, and it's Worland's point as Kate Wassum served. And Lyman was unable to retrieve a downed ball by Darla Hernandez. Second serve from Wassum, 1-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Worland taking the first set 21-18. A big swing from the middle, and Denali Jones makes it 2-0. After this contest will be the third place matchup between Douglas and Pinedale. And then following that, it is Mountain View versus the homestanding Rawlins Outlaws in the championship match. We'll have that culminating match for you on mylocalradio.com. Brooklyn Walker punches it over onto Worland's side. Darla Hernandez swings deep cross. It's picked up, and a swing over by Bryce Hansen in for the kill. Her first and the first point of the set for both Lyman and Hansen. Harris is out, as is Charles C. Jones. Brooklyn Walker goes back to serve. Emma Nelson in at right side hitter for Lyman. 2-1 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And Hernandez bumps it out of bounds. Emma Nelson had a couple of blocks stuffed down in that first set, and although it came in a loss, We're going to go ahead and give that to Dr. McKay Frankham, precision play of the game. Nelson playing in relief of Sierra Heaton, who's out injured, and playing very well and showing she's got a bright future on this varsity program as well. 2-2, and a dig out of the net is 4 hits for Warland, and Lyman takes a 3-2 lead. This second set, Lyman with a skinny point lead. They very well could have had the first. Hernandez swings, and she's blocked by Dickerson, but punch back over. Dickerson puts it onto Warland's side. Wassam, back line, and a good swing by Peyton Juleson is unable to be handled by Mandy Ayer. 3-3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Darla Hernandez out. She had a good few rotations up in the front line to start the second set. Back serving is Nayeli Alcaraz. Outside attack, Hansen bounces it off a couple of blockers. Calling for it. Jones, she's deflected at the net, and it goes up high off the shoulder of Kendall Dickerson. Called for a lift. Point to Warland, 4-3. This is the final match of the weekend and 4 tournaments until we get into regional and state for Lyman. One more game here for Mountain View, and then they have another tournament as well coming up in a couple of weeks there at Casper. We'll be there for the Thursday set of contests at that Casper Invitational. Swing from Bryce Hansen into the net. Frustrated with herself after that miss. 5-4 the score in favor of Warland. This Warland program showing to be a solid group, as is Lyman. Both teams making it into the final, one of the 3 final matches out of 16 teams. Only 6 teams made it this far in the gold bracket. Hernandez flips it over to Anderson, and not pretty on Anderson's part, but it works as a kill. She's shaking her head and laughing about how that play worked out. 6-4 the score on the Benedict's Market and the True Value scoreboard. Denali Jones with the swing of the serve over. Air winds up down the line for a kill. Kendall Dickerson lines back to serve. Straight center. And an approach with a couple of steps keeps her feet on the ground. 6-5 the score. Warland on top. Middle attack through the back line defense. The left and the middle back, neither one grabbed at it. Talon Anderson with the kill. 7-5 the score. Lyman down by 2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Just appreciate that board. This new scoreboard, it joined us in the second quarter of yesterday's football game. Appreciate Benedict's Market and True Value for joining our Bridger Valley broadcasting team. Raven Heaton makes a great save and is dump set over by Brooklyn Walker. Turnaround, Juleson gets a good swing on it from the back line. Walker a long set to Hansen for a backline tack of her own and a kill for Hansen, third of the second set. 6 in all for Bryce, and 7-6 the score. A long rally between the two ends up with a point for Mountain. Man, wheels are falling off for me right here. In broadcast number 5, point for Lyman, and Charles C. Rose goes back to serve. A block, and then Maddie Harris swings on it and hits it way out of bounds for Lyman. 8-6 the score. Juleson serving for Warland. Warriors in those bright orange jerseys on the left side of the net. A tip down by Anderson, but a diving save and a great one by Mandy Ayer. Back to Warland, and into the net goes Darla Hernandez on the swing. And to survive and advance, a great save by Mandy Ayer. And still at a 1-point differential. Lyman is 1-1 on the day, but they've played both of their matches very close and have been a run here or there from giving it up. Bryce Hansen wanted an over-the-net call, but Brescia says, nah, not quite, and Warland gets the point. 9-7. Warland leading. And then you get the consistency. If it can show up as Lyman gives up a ace. Harrison Mandy Ayer went for it, 10-7 the score. So they've been a few points away or a few runs here and there from going undefeated, but That to be said, they've got to get some consistency as this season progresses. Give up a serving error, and Lyman with the point back. And then they can be a pretty dangerous team. Mandy Ayer and Bryce Hansen have looked pretty good as an attacking duo today, particularly the last couple of matches. And a serving error for Lyman gives the ball back to Warland for the serve. Emma Nelson's had some good blocks, as has Dickerson. Heaton looks good in the libero line. Walker setting up high and outside to Hansen down the line, and called out of bounds. Just out. 12-8 the score. That was a bang-bang play on a hard hit, and it was close to the line, but I think it probably was just a bit out. Walker tried again to Hansen. She tips it over the block this time and gets the kill. 7 kills for Hansen, 12-9 the score. Serving is Brooklyn Walker. Punches it over. Darla Hernandez with the first touch up. Outside attack and a swing from Montoya. Outside to Hansen. She gets hit and blocked by Denali Jones. You could hear the rattle of that block of Jones echoing throughout the gym after 12 to make it 13-9. And Warland trying to take a straight set victory, 8 points away from it. Line drive and a great serve by Warland there, and it's returned over by Lyman. That was Alcaraz on the serve. Walker gets a first touch up onto Lyman's side, set by Nelson. It was off, left-handed hit by Bryce Hansen. She turns around and gets caught in the net. 14-9. She swung at it, and I don't know if swing is really the right word, more of a stab at it with her left arm to get something up as the set was off by Nelson, and she recognized that right away. And then on the turnaround, Hansen got a hand in the net. Bump over by Hansen onto Warland's side. Wassam with the swing up to Denali Jones. A great save by Ayer in the back line. Hansen tips it over 2 blockers. Returned at the net. Hansen touches it back over. And a kill for Lyman. 14-10. Warriors working with a 4-point advantage and a 1-0 lead here on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Lyman trying to string together just enough to keep it close. Punch over back middle by Hansen. Picked up by Crippen. And a backline attack from Hernandez is way out of bounds. That was out of system. It was a missed set by Wassam, it appeared. And led to Hernandez not being ready or really in position to get a good hit on it. 14-11 on the board. Wassam sets up again, this time outside to Juleson. Hit up high by Hansen, goes up into the rafters, redirects it as a result. Mandy Ayer bumps it over. Return over the net. Ayer touches it down into the net, and a kill for Mandy. Her first kill of the second set. 3, make it 4 in all, and a block to go for Mandy Ayer. It is 14-12 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And Hansen serves again, back middle to Hernandez. Outside attack, Juleson. Return up high by Hansen to Walker. A good setup to Ayer. Over 2 blockers, goes line. Takes Wassam out with the first touch. That makes it out of a system setup, but it doesn't matter. Peyton Juleson still takes advantage of a line shot into the back corner. 15-12. Warland leads on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, but a service error by Denali Jones makes it a 2-point contest. (15-13) as Dickerson for Lyman rolls it back just over the net. High set at the middle of the court to the right side. Warland had options. They went right side. And a kill down by Asia Montoya. Again, I saw this against Pinedale, and I see it here by Warland. That great attack, and head coach Brittany Miller. She's a former All-Star representative of the Wyoming Coaches Foundation All-Star Games, and she had her players running 3 attacks. She had perfect options. A great pass is what sets that up for Wassam, but she could have gone outside, middle, and right. All 3 attacked. All got single coverage, and the right side attack as a result is a great kill. 13 points for Lyman, 16 for Warland. Middle, Hernandez, and a high setup out of system. Picked up by Lyman and Talon Anderson on the attack. Mandy Ayer gets a touch And it was touched by Rawlins, so Air gets to attack again. Down the deep line, into the net. Kate Wassam pulls it out. Brooklyn Walker, our right side to Emma Nelson for the kill. Nelson already the recipient of today's Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Quality and affordable dentistry close to home. Dr. McKay Frankham with 2 stuff blocks down in the first set. Gets a kill here. 16-14 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And it's a rollover shot by Warland. Talon Anderson with the attack. Bumped over back their side. Right side attack. Kate Wassam tries to get a swing on things, but she goes out of bounds. 16-15 the board. Lyman down by 1. Charles C. Rose, their sophomore server, sends it over to the middle. Hernandez with the first touch. And to the right side on the setup by Schreiber. An attack. Juleson ends it. 17-15. Lyman lost the last one by 3. It's a 2-point differential here late in the second set. Warland again on top. And Peyton Juleson with an incredible serve. A lot of power there. Picked up by Hansen. Pop over the net by Mandy Air. Onto Warland's side. A swing by Juleson in the back line. High return. Walker high and outside to Air. Down the line. Picked up by Schreiber. Hernandez shanks it back to Juleson. She gets an attack. Raven Heaton with the first touch. Walker to the middle. Harris takes a swing at it. Madison gets a 0 attack. To the outside again. 3 attackers go up for Warland. Draws single coverage, but Air gets the first touch up. 17-15. Roll shot over from the back line by Hansen. Picked up on the dive by Juleson. Hansen up to Walker. Outside Lyman to Mandy Air. And it's hit off the tape and down for the point for Warland. 18-15 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. 18-15. 3-point differential. And Warland on top, 1-0 already with the serve. But before that, we have a rotation question. Denali Jones checks in for Talon Anderson. And the serve goes over. Crippen with a close to ace. Raven Heaton gets a second touch up, and Madison Harris gets it over. Schreiber to the middle. Jones swings on it. Touched at the middle by Harris. She bumps it over on a second attempt. Dump set over, and nearly a kill by Kate Wassam, but Lyman handles it. Swing from Air, picked up in the back middle. To Denali Jones at the middle for Warland. That's a 0 as well. Outside Mandy Air rolls it over the block. Whistle blown first. Net touch by Kate Wassam. 18-16. Two-point trail for Lyman. Schreiber at the middle to Jones. She's loved that play all day long, and a diving save made by Bryce Hansen. Hansen bumps it over. Back to Schreiber. Outside this time to Hernandez. Picked up in the back line by Charles C. Rose, and a swing by Hansen from the back line. Back to Warland at the middle. They try Denali again. Raven with a great save. Outside bump over to nobody. It may have been, I think it was hit 3, and Hansen tried to pass it. 19-16 the score. Kate Wassam serving for Warland. 2 points away from the win on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Return over the net. Back to Warland. On the outside attack, Darla Hernandez. Cross court, inbounds by a touch. And the point. Set point and match point number 1, Warland. 20-16 the score. Timeout taken first by Lyman. We will take it with them. 20-16 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Eagles Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Match point number 1. 20-16 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Swing over by Wassam. It's an ace for Wassum to end it. Worland is your consolation final winner in 2 sets, 21-16 in the second set after a 21-18 victory in the first over Lyman on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. We will take one break, come back with a quick post-game wrap-up, and get you set for the final My Local Radio broadcast from the Rawlins Invite next on this First Bank presentation of Lyman Eagles Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Back here, one last time for Lyman Eagles Volleyball for the weekend as they finish 1-2 in their gold bracket appearance at the Rawlins Invitational. This is sort of a 3A state preview with all 16 teams here. The Lyman Eagles advance to the top 8. So that means you get to state, I guess, in early season. We don't want to read too much into it, but you get in your top 8. They lose their first match to Pinedale in straight sets, but then come back to defeat Powell in straight sets, and then lose in straight sets to Worland, 2-0. So Worland, I guess you call them your 5th place team final in this contest. And that brings up Pinedale and Douglas in the 3rd place match. They're getting set to play in about, let's say, 8 minutes from now. So that probably puts us as a 4 o'clock start for the Rawlins Volleyball Invite Championship match between Mountain View and Rawlins. We will go on air just a couple of minutes before the start of that contest for a pregame setup as Mountain View has gone undefeated on today, 2-0 after going 2-1 yesterday. And they will play Rawlins, the homestanding team, in this final championship match at about 4 o'clock. Check us, same stream. I think that stream is already up there, so you don't have to worry about waiting for that to come. I think it's up there now. And so look right about 4 o'clock. Maybe even 3:45 if this contest goes quickly, as they're going to start it at 3:20. So if this is a quick one, it could go quick, 3:45 to 4. Let's be watching for that. Mountain View versus Rawlins in the final. Again, the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Player of the game was Emma Nelson in this one with 2 blocks in the first set. A sophomore filling in and doing an outstanding job there at that position in place of Sierra Heaton, who's out with a wrist injury, a thumb injury, I believe. She's got a thumb, a wrist area. It fell on it weird at Evanston and has to wear a brace that she cannot wear in a game. She can only play if she has the brace on, so she can practice but not play as of now. Again, Emma Nelson, the recipient of the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. That's it for us for Lyman Volleyball this week. If you're interested in watching the Mountain View game, that will be coming up in about half hour to 45 minutes from now. That's it for us. We'll be back, though, for the championship match on MyLocalRadio.com. Thanks for listening, and until next time, go Eagles.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive of Lyman Eagles Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Lyman broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Eagles!